Why most men can't handle a strong woman. Let's be honest, when most men hear strong woman, they imagine someone loud, argumentative, or independent to the point of arrogance. But that's not what real strength looks like. A truly strong woman doesn't need to prove she's strong. Her power doesn't scream, it radiates. She doesn't fight to be in control. She simply is in control of her emotions, her peace, and her sense of worth. And that's exactly why most men can't handle her, because she doesn't play the same game everyone else does. You can't manipulate her with silence. You can't impress her with money. You can't lure her with empty charm. She's already met men like that and outgrown them. Who is a strong woman, really? A strong woman isn't defined by her job title, her degree, or her bank balance. Her strength has nothing to do with how loud she is or how much attention she gets. Her real power comes from something quieter, deeper. She knows who she is, what she stands for, and what she will never tolerate. She doesn't chase love, she attracts it. She doesn't demand respect, she earns it by the way she carries herself. And when life pushes her, she doesn't crumble, she recalibrates. A strong woman is the kind who can say no without guilt, who can walk away from anything that costs her peace, who doesn't measure her value by who chooses her, because she already chose herself. Her strength lives in silence, in honesty, and in her ability to stand alone if she has to. She'll laugh with you, support you, and even surrender in love, but never at the cost of her self-respect. And that, right there, is where most men start to tremble. Why most men can't handle her. Here's where things get real. It's not that men hate strong women. They're just not ready for them. Because most men were taught that control equals safety. They feel secure when they're the ones leading, protecting, or fixing. But a strong woman doesn't need to be controlled. She wants to be understood. She doesn't want to be protected. She wants to be met. And that's where fear begins. Let's break it down. 1. Fear of losing power. When a woman is truly grounded in who she is, it unsettles a man who's used to being the leader. She doesn't need to be led. She wants to walk beside you. And for some men, that feels like losing power. They think, if she's this sure of herself, then what's my role? But what they don't realize is that her confidence doesn't take power away. It amplifies it. Because when she stands tall next to you, the world sees both of you rise. Yet for the insecure man, that's too much truth to face. So instead of growing with her, he retreats, back to comfort, back to control, back to smaller women who make him feel big. 2. Fear of emotional depth. A strong woman doesn't do surface-level connection. She's not interested in meaningless banter or small talk. She craves emotional truth. She'll ask, "What are you really feeling? What's hurting you inside?" And that's where most men freeze, because they were never taught how to open up without feeling weak. Vulnerability feels like exposure, like someone's reading the parts they've hidden for years. But to her, that's where the bond begins. And if a man can't meet her there, if he hides behind jokes, distance, or anger, she'll eventually pull away, not because she stopped caring, but because she refuses to shrink her depth for someone afraid to swim. 3. Fear of accountability. Here's the part most men avoid. A strong woman won't tolerate excuses. She'll call you out, not to embarrass you, but to awaken you. She'll say, "This is what's not right, let's fix it." But when a man hasn't mastered his ego, that feels like attack. He hears criticism instead of challenge. He feels judged instead of inspired. So he deflects, he jokes, he withdraws. But the truth is, she's not trying to break him. She's trying to build him, because she knows that real love doesn't coddle weakness. It demands growth. Why strong women are misunderstood. Society often labels strong women as difficult, demanding, or too much. But what they really are is emotionally honest. They don't want to dominate men. They just want a man who's emotionally mature enough to meet them halfway. They want love, not control. Partnership, not dependency. Depth, not drama. And when they can't find that, they choose solitude. Because for a strong woman, being alone with dignity is better than being together in dysfunction. The reality check for men. Here's the brutal truth. Running from a strong woman isn't strength, it's fear. A man who's truly grounded doesn't get threatened by her power. He gets inspired by it. He understands that a strong woman doesn't destroy men. She reveals them. She's a mirror. She'll show you exactly who you are and who you could become. But only a mature man can look into that mirror and not flinch. Because she doesn't want to lead you. She wants to walk beside you as your equal, your partner, your reflection. The kind of woman who won't worship a man blindly, but will stand by him when the world turns its back. That's what strength really looks like. And that's the kind of woman most men never meet, because they run the other way. Final thought. A strong woman is not dangerous. She's just deeply awake. Her strength isn't built on rebellion, it's built on awareness. She doesn't shout her power, she lives it. And the kind of man who's doing his inner work, building, growing, evolving, won't fear her strength. He'll be drawn to it, because deep down, he'll realize something powerful. A strong woman doesn't make him less of a man. She brings out the real man in him. So ask yourself, are you the woman who obeys blindly, or a woman who awakens? Because only one of them will change a man's life forever.